we're live here at the Rizal Memorial Coliseum. I am Daphne Cristobal, your courtside reporter for game number 3. So kanina, first game pa lang, very exciting ang mga pangyayari. Defending champions, NU Lady Bulldogs, swept 3 straight sets against the Lady Bombers. So for our second game naman, ganun din ang nangyari sa Lady Spikers against the Lady Knights. Well, later, at 5:30 is the San Sebastian Lady Stags versus the Lyceum Lady Pirates. And of course, up next, 3 o'clock p.m., stay tuned for the Battle of Katipunan against Sampaloc, Manila, Lady Maroons versus Lady Warriors. So for our live viewers out there, welcome to Quick Set, where we give you the latest updates about your favorite teams and players, only here at Shakey Super League. But before that, guys, let's watch our Impact Plays of the Week.
Getting the first ball, and Arce. Good adjustment. Alam mo, natutuwa ako dito kay Arce. Parang nagugulat siya every time na nakakapunto siya.
Ball. Buckle your seatbelts. Sengon goes to a backon in the middle.
This girl is so animated and I really love her energy.
Carvalho, back set. Chance ball, Ordoña, block there. And that is it for set number 2. UST hanging on after a valiant effort by San Sebastian, and this block of the set is brought to you by...
Chance ball again for Ateneo. Disperos hit the tape of the net and still gets a point.
Those are the lucky shots you have to watch out for. Because when the ball hits the net, you don't know where it's gonna go.
That's correct. Kumbaga, nabasa mo na. Kung ikaw yung magre-receive, nabasa mo na. Pero pag tumama sa... Sharp serve. Hernandez. Alba tumalaluan, and yes!
The first how many sets, she was quiet. But this 5th set, pinakita niya na sobrang, andito na ako.
From attacking to blocking, nakakatawa talaga makita itong mga players natin. Well, if you are not available today, guys, well, you may catch our live streams at our various social media platforms. So at MyPlus Network social media accounts, that's on Shakey Super League, on Facebook and on TikTok, and syempre, Shakey's PH din sa YouTube account natin at Plus Network on Facebook and My Plus Network 2020 sa YouTube natin. Don't forget, guys, to use hashtag Shakey Super League, and para naman sa ating next day TV broadcast, you may catch us at IBC at Sports. So for everyone who's watching, well, para naman to sa mga Shakey Super fan, if you have a favorite team or players, you may upload or tag us video kung bakit ba kayo ang ating Shakey's fan. Well, you may tag at MyPlus Network on Facebook, on Instagram, ganun din naman sa TikTok, and get the chance to be featured here on Quickset. So that's a wrap for our quick set. Up next, Lady Maroons against the Lady Knights.
Warrior.
We continue to bring you non-stop volleyball action here at the Rizal Memorial Coliseum. Magandang hapon, volleyball fans. Kayo pa din ay nanonood ng Shakey Super League Collegiate Preseason Tournament. And for our 3rd game, we are going to watch and see the UP Lady Maroons going up against, of course, the UE Lady Warriors in Pool A. Sheila Salaysay bring you the action here together, of course, with Kayla Reyes. And you just saw our courtside reporter, Daphne Cristobal, who will be giving us news and updates on our team. Kayla, two UAAP teams will be battling each other for today.
Yes, hi Sheila and hi to all our viewers for today. Another exciting match we have in store for us today with of course both teams coming from a win, the UP Lady Maroons and the UE Lady Warriors.
That's correct. And both of these two teams, they come off from their victory. So, di familiar na sila sa isa't isa dahil they actually went up against each other in the UAAP. But before we talk more about this two squads, let's proceed to our Shakey's pre-huddle of the game and take a look at our updated team standings. As you can see, Pool B muna tayo. It is UST who's on top of this pool, followed by LPU and of course Adamson. For Pool C, it's Ateneo de Manila University, NU, and Arellano University actually having one wins. So magiging challenging para naman sa Pool C. Pool D, DLSU taking the solo spot. Wala pa silang talo dito, followed by FEU. And for our game, for this afternoon, it's a UP having 2 wins and a loss. UP naman, isa ang naging panalo nila on their first day of opening dito sa ating liga. Now, to talk more about this one, palikan natin actually yung last performance nitong UP Lady Maroons. You know, it was as if akala natin mananalo in straight sets itong UP, pero it was Lady Altas actually recovering from that game. UP was lost the first set and naka-regroup naman sila and then naka-recover, nakabalik to win actually in the next following sets.
Yes, of course, medyo naging slow yung start ng UP. Parang ang silang diesel. They probably had first game jitters or nangangapa pa sila sa
Yes.
loob ng court.
Well, having half of the team as rookies, sabi nga ni Coach Shaq dito, magiging, it's actually a total revamp team, total different Lady Maroons, and marami man sila nga nabago. Isa naman ang nangibabaw dito sa kanilang team at walang iba kundi si Eliza Bertolano. She was just making a leap and taking on a bigger role and accepted more responsibility for the UP Lady Maroons.
Yes, we have Eliza Bertolano with 19 points, with 16 attacks and 3 aces. She's a powerful player, knows how to vary her attacks, and she also is a threat on that service line as well.
Ito yung hindi natin masasabing diesel dahil first game pa lang nila talagang naging powerful na itong si Eliza.
And she also serves as a spark for her squad.
That's right. Now let's talk about UP Lady Warriors, which they had a game yesterday, and that was actually went to 4 sets going up against the San Beda Lady Red Spikers. Naging very challenging din itong laro ng UE. They got the first 2 sets. Pagdating naman sa third set, medyo naging kampante sila. What's worse was, Casey Cepada did not play due to an injury, and then Bonde Makulangan, the first setter, got injured in the 4th set, but then hindi naman nawalan ng lakas at power itong UE because they were able to finish that in 4 sets.
Yes, UE was very dominant in terms of their attacks, and like what you mentioned, Casey Cepada was unable to play, and Von de Maculangan was also injured in yesterday's game, but today we'll be seeing more action coming from her.
That's correct. One Lady Warrior emerged, not only displaying leadership but also a steady contributor in yesterday's game. Walang iba kundi si Jan Lana. She took charge of yesterday kahit alam nilang underman sila.
Yes, Jalana is a consistent all-around player. She's one of their go-to players, and of course, being their team captain, she sets an example for her teammates on the court when it comes to leadership and how consistent she is when she plays.
Yes, what I like about Jan Lana is every time she gets a point, she has this smile and celebrating every time, uplifting the spirits of her teammates. Yeah, and the question is, who's going to get their second win for today? Is it the Lady Warriors who will exhibit bravery o makukuha naman ng mga matatapang at hindi sumusukong mga iska? Alang ito, all that when Shakey Super League returns.
Their team captain is number 2, Ja Lana. Starting libero number 11, Janina Zeta. Number 1, Jel Kizon. Number 5, Dara Nieva. Number 4, Dea Villamor. Number 6, Jaskin Babol. Number 7, Leah Pelaga. Number 8, Erin Navarro. Number 9, Casey Balingit. Number 12, Van Van Bangayan. Number 13, Von Dimakulangan. Number 14, Camille Jonicio. Number 19, Risa Nogales. Number 21, Ashley Cañete. And this libero is number 6, Jaskin Babol. And next up is the University of the Philippines Lady Maroons. Team captain number 12, Jewel Encarnacion. Starting libero is number 4, Remilin Altomea. Number 1, Marian Sotomil. Number 2, Geisha Capistrano. Number 5, Selena Vergere. Number 6, Ethan Arce. Number 7, Danica Celis. Number 8, Joan Monares. Number 10, Ali Bertolano. Number 11, Eureka Eslapor. Number 13, Kirsten Ojeda. Number 14, Nikki Baldizano. Number 16, Stephanie Bostrillo. And number 20, Camille Cal. Libero is number 2, Gisha Capistrano. Introducing our referees for this match. First referee, Philip Nunez, national referee. Second referee, Bots Kambay, national referee. And now let's meet the starting 6. First, for the UP Lady Maroons. Setter number 1, Marian Sotomil. Middle blocker number 6, Ethan Arce. Middle blocker number 7, Danica Celis. Outside hitter number 8, Joan Monares. Outside hitter, their team captain number 12, Jewel Encarnacion. Opposite spiker number 16, Stephanie Bustrillo. Their starting libero is number 4, Remilin Altomea. The head coach of UP is Shaq De Los Santos. And now the starting 6 for the UE Lady Warriors. Setter number 1, Jel Kison. Outside hitter number 2, team captain Ja Lana. Outside hitter number 5, Dara Nieva. Middle blocker number 7, Leah Pelaga. Middle blocker number 8, Erin Navarro. Opposite spiker number 12, Van Van Bangayan. And their starting libero is number 11, Janina Zeta. The head coach of UE is Jumbo Dimakulangan.
Starting lineups for the Lady Maroons: Marian Sotomil, Ethan Arce, Danny Cacelis, Joan Monares, Jewel Encarnacion, Stephanie Bustrillo, and the first libero, Remelin Altomea, completing the roster of Coach Shaq de Los Santos. For Coach Chris de Maculangan, we have Jel Quizon, Janeca, Jan Lana, Perke Nieva, Lia Pelaga, Erin Navarro, Vanessa Bangayan, the lefty, and Janina Seta, again, the libero of the Lady Warriors. Labanan ng matatapang itong ating third game, Lady Maroons and Lady Warriors, as this set is brought to you by Shakey's Pizza Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and mojos now.
As we start the game, we already see immediate impact coming from Arce.
Yes, you know, she has been really efficient in the middle nung unang laro nila dito sa ating liga. Usual starter for Coach Shaq. This time it's Sotomil. Good first ball. Jan Lana just breezing through the blockers of the Lady Maroons.
Look at that spike coming from Jalana. Medyo buka yung block coming from in the UP side, which is why she was able to penetrate that block and get that point.
That's correct. She still got a point. Very powerful hitter for UE.
She was also yesterday's player of the game, which is why I'm sure her squad is looking forward to another great performance coming from her today.
That's correct. When you say about performance, Ethan Arce actually really showing up. Umpisa pa lang for the Lady Maroons. Encarnacion, the team captain, on the other side. Nieva rejected strongly at the net.
Better block coming from Ethan Arce. You can see this block is different from the first one we've seen. Payong na payong talaga siya on this last play.
That's right, and this block of the set is brought to you by Peri Peri Charcoal Chicken and Sauce Bar. Order now. In the middle with a drop, Tiffany Encarnacion. Off speed yan ngay Bustrillo, but still, that was a point.
Lucky point coming from Bustrillo. Medyo off yung contact niya doon, but a point is a point.
That's correct. Bumitaw agad yung blockers dahil alam nila na parang wala na sa posisyon itong si Bustrillo. Sharp serve. Cross court by Bangayan. To sa game kahapon ng UE, nabanggit dito ni Casey Cepada na she was expecting Bangayan, to fill in her shoes. This spike of the set is brought to you by Potato Corner, world's best flavored fries. Order now.
Yes, and we've seen in UE's past matches that kahit may na-injure sa kanila, their bench is so deep. They have so many replacements with Sosbilio and a
You
lot.
have Quizon, actually, the setter who started for them. And siya yung kapalitan ni Di Baculangan. That rally was won by UE. And that is Pelaga just hitting and avoiding Arce from that play. Serving for UE. This time it's Nieva, who was also injured pero ang bilis nang nakabalik. Nakapaglaro na siya kahapon. And today, very helpful.
Right on cue, we see Darren Nieva targeting UP's Zone 1 and has proven to be effective for this UE squad in all the games we've seen them play in.
That's correct. Hindi nga natin napansin na nag-injury siya prior to their game yesterday. Sotomil setting this one. Monares, pero free ball. Bangayan again, solitary block. Good timing for Joan Monares.
Perfectly timed block coming from Joan Monares. Payong na payong talaga siya eh. That's why Bangayan couldn't get that spike over the net.
Correct, and this block of the set is brought to you by Peri Peri Charcoal Chicken and Sauce Bar. Order now. Ethan Arce.
Too
strong.
long.
Yes. Too much aggressiveness at the start. Pero masasabi natin maganda na ngayon sila nakakagawa ng ganitong mga errors.
Yes, and seems to be like a great start for both teams. We're all tied up at 5.
That's right. And that is strong, very quick attack from Bustrillo. She just went through the blockers. Parang walang nagbabantay sa kanya sa harap. Getting the second ball. Nieva. Napalakas.
That was a little too
Yes.
of a reckless second ball coming from Encarnacion.
That's correct, but it was a difficult, actually, pass for Monares. Back-to-back errors for UP. First ball by Monares. And from the back, Encarnacion, too wide. UE this time is taking the lead. And you have Nieva, who delivered very well in their game yesterday against San Beda. Another good serve right there.
Darren
Service ace.
Nieva really is a force when it comes to her attacks and of course her services as well. Look at that float, just giving UP a hard time when it comes to their first ball.
Right, and that serve of the game is brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and Mojo snack. We are going to our first technical timeout. UE on top.
Injuries are the worst enemies of all athletes. It will be a challenge for the UE Lady Warriors to sustain their win today after several players are experiencing some minor injuries. Rookie standout Casey Cepada will be missing today's game again after she accidentally hurt her right finger during their training for blockings. On Tuesday, she is scheduled for an x-ray pero nagagalaw naman daw niya, nothing serious, and hopefully makalaro na daw siya next game. While main setter Vondem Colangan is feeling some soreness on her right knee. Yesterday, nabigla daw ang tuhod niya. But right now, she feels a bit worried but has a green light to play in today's game. But despite the stumbling blocks, expect the girls to be at their 101%. Now back to the panel.
Thank you, Daphne. And yes, that is actually a hump on the side of UE. This game is very crucial for them as we look at their standing in Pool A. Talagang nag-ahabol sila ng panalo dito, you know, if they want to be kept and reach the quarterfinals. Hoping, you know, if they get another win for today, their Casey Cepada, their gem, will be able to go back and play.
Yes, and I think this is UE's last game for the preliminary round. So it really is a must-win if they want to advance to the next round of our tournament.
That's correct. And so far, as you can see, that attack coming from Pelaga, this is mas aggressive na UE Lady Warriors. You know, they had a game yesterday pero hindi nakikita yung pagod sa kanila so far. They were opting to
was a
get
check.
another point. That's right, and they did.
And napapansin ko with both squads today, they're able to utilize their middle blockers more. And that's credits. Let's give credits to the really good first ball as well, which is why the setters are able to set up some quick plays for the middles.
That's correct. You know, first ball ang naging challenge, naging problema dito ng UP in their previous game. That's why, you know, they were down on the first set because they cannot get good first balls ending, no place. Wala silang maka-execute. But this time, they are doing more improved reception. This is Quezon, just taking on and being accountable as the first setter. Well, she was able to orchestrate their offense really well yesterday and getting a service ace, scoring in that previous serve. Let's see. Arce just having her fingertips touching the ball. And this cool play of the set is brought to you by R&B Milk Tea. Order now.
And just like I mentioned earlier, because of UP's ability to have good first ball, Sotomil is able to set up Arce and
Yes.
generate some points for their squad.
Actually, that's the same thing for UE. Ang ganda ng first ball ni Babol. So Quezon able, to put up that quick play. At again, Arce was left alone to safeguard that net. Didn't work for Lady Maroons. UE is up here, 12 serving 19, and that is the team captain. Good cross-court attack. Nakuha yan ni
Good
Lana.
save.
Yes. Free ball for UP.
That was double contact.
That is a missed opportunity on the side of UP. Chance ball na yun na ibigay. Encarnacion got a bit excited in that last play. Kaya naman tatawag ng timeout dito si Coach Shaq. It's UP 9-13.
Okay, tapos yung center natin back row. Huwag tayo magmadaling umatake. Pagandahin muna natin yung first ball, saka si May yung bahala, tapos saka kayo umatake. Nagmamadali tayo sa lahat ng ni-receive natin. Tapos yung serve nila, pag gano'n, naninigas tayo. Huwag masyado nakapasok. Atras na konti, wala silang service na short. Ha? More on medyo mahaba, okay?
Dahan-dahan lang.
First ball lang, kailangan natin ng magandang first ball para makakreate ng maganda yung setter, ha? Okay?
As we saw in this last timeout called by Coach Shaq, he was just reminding the girls about the receiving pattern. And of course, we see UE starting to serve heavy and aggressively in this first set. So, nire-remind lang ni Coach Shaq about the receiving pattern, when to expect a long ball, and of course, to be ready for those shorter balls.
Na napag-usapan natin earlier before he even called that timeout, yun nga ang kailangan pang pagbutihan ng UP to get more points because UE is slipping away in this sequence, but that was a good timeout called. Lana committed a service error. But still, after that mistake, you see Lana smiling from the back. Still a good sign that their spirits are up. The team captain on the other side serving. Bangayan!
Great spike coming from Bangayan. She saw that the blocker was a bit late to that block and pina-check out na lang niya through her hands.
Yep, smart move for Bangayan. And also really doing well in terms of offense dahil wala nga si Casey Cepada. Encarnacion was able,
reflexes.
back-to-back points from the opposite. Credits to Bangayan again.
And credits to the setter as well. Marunong siya dumiskarte and of course to fool UP's blockers, which is why Bangayan was left open in that last play.
You can agree with me on this. Kapag lefty talaga yung papalo, ang mahirap mag-transition ng depensa dito. That's why that has been what happened to UP twice this time. Another service ace dito ang binigay ng UE and gaining them another point. They are up here 6 as we head on to our second technical timeout. we're still watching the Shakey Super League. This is the third game for the day. UP Lady Maroons and UE Lady Warriors dito sa Rizal Memorial Coliseum. John Monares, the open attacker for UP. Ito naman sa Lady Warriors, Nieva. Navarro rather. Cross court, Quezon was there. Set up kay Lana, but that just hit the tape of the net. The lucky break on the side of Lady Maroons. Ethan Arce showed remarkable performance on their opening game. Pero adjustment pa rin, nag-a-adjust pa din siya dito when it comes to her position. Sotomil was in position but then receiving that attack.
Credits to Bangayan on that last hit. Hindi rin masyado maganda yung set, pero ginawa pa niya ng paraan. And look how successful she was able to score in that last play.
Yes, that's actually her third point from the opposite. Sunod-sunod yan. Bustrelio was dug. Errors again. This time it's Nieva just hitting that towards the net. Palitan ng tao dito. Bertolano and Cal coming in. Replacing Sotomil and Bustrelio. In the middle, Coach Shaq opting to have 3 spikers in front. Well, humahabol nga sila dito. And of course, Cal being able to set a place for this team. Well, good follow-up for Nieva in that last play pero hindi siya umabot.
Yeah, that set was just too high for Pelaga. A little miscommunication between Quezon and Pelaga on that last play, which normally happens when setting up plays for middle.
That's right. No, they lack just communication in that last setup. Lana getting that first ball again. This time over the blockers. Cal and Monares really just hit that in between the blockers of UE.
And look at Monares' wind-up. She's just so quick with her 1-2 step, which is why she's able to penetrate that UE block.
And this time it's Coach Chris de Maculangan
Huwag
requested
niyong
for a
habulin
timeout.
yung pumapalo. Dapat bago siya tumalo, nakatapat ka na. Okay? Tapos dito ka, bantayan mo yung nandito. Ngayon, pag nilihis niya to, depensa to. Ay, Joan, drop ball, saka cross court dito, hindi dito, okay? Tapos yung depensa natin dito ulit. Masyado tayo naka-atras, wala kang bumabalo ng end line. Moron sa gilid-gilid lang ng block. So silip lang tayo, depensa ha? O sige, tuloy ha, tuloy, tatlo na lang ha?
In the previous game between the Lady Maroons and the Lady Altas, I witnessed Eliza Bertolano and Camille Cal celebrating each and every point while seeing their smiles on their faces. So I asked them, what's with the bond? And recent MVP of the match, Ali, told me that it was Cal who she became friends with during the recent training for the supposed national pool team lineup. That's why after knowing Cal will be transferring to UP, she was excited because finally they will be teammates. Now let us see if we will see more of the Bertolano-Cal connection. Back to the panel.
Thank you, Daphne. Well, we saw an obvious connection between them in their previous match. Kaya naman naidala sa panalo ni Bertolano yung larong yon with the help of Cal. A little bit of this organized core defense happened on the side of UP.
Yes, I think it's evident how we can see UP struggling a bit in terms of their first ball and of course the follow-up. Meron namang follow-up pero medyo erratic lang yung handling of that.
Coach Shaq again called for time.
Wala siyang service na short lahat dito, laging puro long. Okay? So pwede tayo, huwag kayo pumasok dito. Okay, sige, pasa mo na. Isip lang, kailangan lang natin ng first ball. UP!
Again, we see Coach Shaq reminding his girls about the receiving pattern. And since they have been struggling when it comes to their first ball.
You know, this actually what happened similarly to UP's previous game. Yung first set talaga nila, they had issues when it comes to getting their first ball. That's why that was won by Perpetual. 10-25 is the score. So ang laking impact for UP not being able to get their, first ball really well.
Yes, I really believe that UP is a very talented team. I think it's just because they're new, they have some chemistry to work on, but for sure they're a really talented team, and I'm sure we'll have a close match in today's game, as
Right.
we see right now.
Yes, that's correct. And you mentioned earlier na diesel etong team ng Lady Maroons ngayon. But Dawn Monares continue to bring spark to this team as she gets that point from the opposite. Eslapor is checking in for Monares. Eureka Eslapor. Okay, kailanganin nga ng mas matibay na depensa dito ng UP. And Lana just off the speed. Everyone, you can see 5 players near the net in that last play of UP, but no one even bothered to cover that attack.
And props to the blocking of UE, really improving and double timing with their effort in blocking in this first set.
Right, and this block of the set is brought to you by Peri Peri Charcoal Chicken and Sauce Bar. Order now. That block point gives a 5-point lead to UE. Again, good defense at the net, and that time it's a solo block by Navarro.
Credits to Navarro on that last play, and she just timed that perfectly. She was at the right place at the right time.
Ang ganda nga ng nagiging depensa dito ng UE, lalo na pagdating sa net. But that time, didn't work as Jewel Encarnacion able to hit that through.
Look at that wind up and how she just breaks that UE block down.
That's correct. Just went in between the blockers. Medyo na-late din si Navarro to cover her area. Babol. Tunieva. Hal able to see that drop. Bertolano.
Of course, Ali Bertolano with immediate impact for her squad. She's so powerful. What I love about her the most is really her approach, how aggressive and how her wind-up really is.
That's correct. Plus the form. And that spike off the set is brought to you by Potato Corner, world's best flavored fries. Order now. A good read on that time by Bangayan and Zeta and Babol. Service errors para dito sa Lady Maroons. And they're trying to trim the lead, but kept on committing those kind of mistakes. And that is another service error. This time, puntos ang ibabalik sa UP. MVP of the match of their previous game, Bertolano. Back-to-back service errors.
And of course, that serve is just so risky. It's 50-50 actually with that serve because you have to ensure that your throw is high enough and that it's perfectly timed together with your jump.
Well, if you saw that one, hindi nga masyadong kargado yung serve dito ni Bertolano. It's just that perhaps the timing and the throw, just trying to get that over. But this time, Bangayan again making a damage in the defense of UP, giving them or putting them to a set point. This is Lana, the team captain. Look at that, how fly she soared. We talk about MVPs of the match, and this team captain, talagang dinala yung kanyang koponan on their game yesterday. And good save, good attempt Pero puntos yan para sa Lady Maroons. They are just not ready to quit this set yet. Encarnacion with a powerful serve. And that time, just perfect block between Arce and Eslapor
That
in
was
front.
just really perfectly timed and really covered that spike coming from Bangayan.
That's right. This block of the set is brought to you by Peri Peri Charcoal Chicken and Sauce Bar. Order now. Bangayan this time dropped. At nakuha dito. Nieva with a soft touch. Pero namali yung kalkulasyon niya and that just went out the line.
Good intention though coming from Nieva, seeing that yung depensa ng UP was all on the left side. But yun nga, medyo that was too wide for that last play.
That's correct. Coach Chris is calling for time. Let's listen in.
Kalma, hinga. Tara, lapos tayo isa.
Namang madali. Patahan nyo lang muna ng isa. Pasa, kalmahan mo. Yung bola, ilagay nyo lang doon sa may gitna. Pumasok ka. Baka mo dito. Pagkita mo hindi sumabay dito.
Warriors!
As we saw in that last timeout coming from Coach Jumbo de Maculangan, was just reminding his girls to calm down and of course to prioritize that first ball in order to execute a play to finish up this set
That's
for
right.
UE.
Well, they are actually in advantage in this one because they will be receiving as Bangayan redeeming herself from that last attack and finally able to close out this first set. They are leading here 25 to a 21. Nakahabol ng konti dito ang Lady Maroons pero hindi yon sapat para matumabla or itabla itong laro na to. Second set underway when we come back. This fun family pizza of the game is brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and Mojo's now sakto. Sakto yan for merienda. Lalo na they are watching our games right here. Set 1 between UP and UE. Nagsimula sila actually on the same level playing field. Number of attacks and of course errors, palitan din ng depensa. Sarado ang mga bangko dito para sa dalawang koponan na to. But then, just right after the second technical timeout, UE biglang nakalayo dito.
I think the game changer for UP in this, for UE, in this first set was they were starting to serve more aggressive and mas nahirapan yung receive department for UP, which is why they struggled a bit in terms of setting up plays for their attackers.
Well, in UP's previous game, that was actually the concern that happened to UP. And looking at the stats, lamang pa ang atake dito ng UP. But then, it was the aces of UP and the errors, well, doesn't have a really much of a difference. It's the services on the side of UE and then misreception for UP.
Yes, we can see medyo dikitan nga yung laban with UE having 14 attacks. And of course, their service aces really was the game changer for them. As I mentioned earlier, they started to be more aggressive on that service line.
That's right. That seems like a deja vu for Lady Maroons. Nabanggit ko nga earlier, their first game, first set, they also had issues when it comes to their first ball, their reception. At wala pa yata silang nakukuhang antidote dito, for them to be able to recover. Yes, and that's why we will see as Coach Shaq have another group of girls for the second set as well as UE. And this set is brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and mojos now. All-to-play rule po ang meron ng Shakey Super League.
Yes, that all-to-play rule means that on every set, for sets 1 and 2, different sets of players will have to play. When the score reaches 16, though, that's when you can sub in and sub out. For sets 3 and sets 4 and 5, if needed, that will all be standard play.
Right. And this time, Cal is the starting setter. Di Makulangan is back on the floor. That's a good sign for the Lady Warriors. Free ball. This time, it's Cañete getting her first error from the back. Di Makulangan medyo hindi maganda yung naging injury niya yesterday. And she just went out of the court limping, but he's on stepping up in that last set for Di Makulangan, the other setter.
Yes, and of course, it's great to see her back on the court today. Her team really needs her. She's such a talented setter as well.
Miscommunication on the other side. Capistrano just looking at her teammate. And as the libero, of course, that's a Vergere, the other teammate. It's libero has more, should cover more bigger parts of the court. That's their role. Pero maganda naman ang basa. This time, ni Capistrano and that service of Di Makulangan. Eslapor, one of the steady pointers, scorers of Coach Shaq. Really doing well in the service area. Eslapor giving this one to Bertolano down the line, but Babo was there. And that point was awarded to UE. You see how happy they are to get that point.
Yes, of course. Look at UE's energy and how happy they are to get every point they really celebrate.
This is serving for UE. Eslapor able to go to the ball. Off speed, Cañete able to see that. Good save by Di Makulangan and Babol. And again, a drop from Bertolano. And that time,
Another attack error for Cañete.
Di pa nga nag-iinat itong si Cañete.
And she's another one of their go-to players for the UE squad. In the other games I've covered as well, she really steps up and rises to the occasion. She's also a tall opposite hitter, a lengthy one actually.
Right. Nagagamit siya not only for offense but also for defense. Good block for UP. And that time, denied at the net to Bertolano. Free ball. Again. And good attack coming from the Lady Maroons, as you can see here. Good adjustment that time.
Coming from Vergere.
Valdizanzo serving for UP. Pero that just went straight to the net. Attack error. Balingit, Casey Balingit. Better start for the Lady Maroons. 5 serving 2. Di ba kulangan? To Balingit again. Valdizanzo. Almost miscommunication right there. Di makulangan to Cañete. Rejected this time. Again, good block by UP. And you have Ojeda and Bertolano safeguarding that net.
Great block coming from the UP Lady Maroons on that last play.
No, that's actually one of the things that they have to look after. Kasi powerful din naman at madiskarte itong mga attackers ng UE. Vergere were successful the second time around.
Medyo putas din yung blockings ng UE on that last play, which is why Vergere was able to penetrate that block and get through the hands of those blockers.
That's correct. Oh, sharp serve. Balingit. The third time she was blocked. Cañete, chance for UP. This time she was dug. And Bertolano able to close out that rally. You can see that how this UP able to utilize both spikers from both ends. Kanina, Verge was able, nabantayan siya, but this time it was Bertolano again completing that rally, gaining a point for her squad. First technical timeout. We're still watching the Shakey Super League. This is the preseason tournament. Sheila Salaysay and Kayla Reyes covering you this game together with Daphne Cristobal, our courtside reporter. Third game of the day, UE versus UP. UE was able to take on the first set, pero UP ang nakakalamang for this part of the match. Cañete finally able to put that through as Lapor from the back. Balingit just went too strong for that. She has not actually, adjust, I can say, from the open kasi kanina pa tong errors na kanyang nagagawa.
Yes, and that last play, you notice that she was a little bit under that ball and tinamaan niya rin yung bola sa ilalim, which is why that sailed out.
Short serve from the back and easy point right there for UE.
Better attack also coming from Villamor, if I'm not mistaken, from the back row. And just finding that spot on UP's corner.
Yes, that's correct. Well, it's not that tall hitters from UE and UP as well from the back, pero madiskarte din sila. Vergere long, pero nakuha yan. And that time again, it's Balingit finally successful on her hit from the open.
Nice bawi coming from Balingit. You can see how high she got up on that last play. And credits also to De Maculangan for being able to set up that really great play for her.
seems like walang injury dito si Demakulangan. She can still deliver another error from the service area here from UE. Bertolano had an error in her serve in the first set. This time, bumawi naman siya. That's a great one. Demakulangan hindi nakapag-adjust to get to the second ball.
But see how powerful Ali Bertolano really is. She really is a force in the service line and as well as on her attacks.
Right.
Front line and back line.
Yes, mas kargado na nga ang service dito ni Bertolano. Pero mas tinargahan naman dito ni Cañete yung kanyang palo from the opposite. You know, just like Balingit from the open, itong si Cañete actually had a few errors at the start, but that time got the point. And this one from the back, still nabantayan ng blockers ng UP. Casey Balingit, nakaibabaw na siya sa blockers ng UP, but then her attack just went out.
Yes, I think on that last play, tinamaan niya yung bola sa ilalim. Once again.
But for some, maybe it's her wrist. Diba?
Yes.
No risk. Didn't use her risk rather in that hit. Sayang ang service that time for UP. Berhere committing an error.
And I think we see that both teams are really great when it comes to attacking, which is why aside from receiving, blocking will really be an important factor or a deciding factor for who will take this game today.
Attack from the back, but Bertolano was dug. Well, I want to commend that time Balingit for being able to read that attack. Kaya naman nakapag-execute ang UE ng play.
I think that was Nogales on that last hit.
Right,
Yes.
ending that rally. Pero that play started from Balingit.
Yes.
This time, another service error. Masyado naging excited that time. Si Balingit giving an easy point. Ojeda this time for UP. Good first ball. That time again, that was out. Nogales committing an error. Pero kung makikita mo ang tangkad nito ni Nogales, she was taller than the blockers of UP. Good serve of the block. Call. They were asking for a violation right there. No call. Game continues and that is a good attack for from Baldi Sanso. Coach Chris Demakulangan asking Demakulangan to complain to the first official kasi nga parang holding violation si Cal that time. Pero still, the ball will remain with UP.
Great serve coming from Ojeda.
One hand received by Bertolano. Eslapor.
Missed time that last hit. Of course, that second ball was out of system na, pero di niya nagawa ng paraan ang that last play. And those plays, those sets actually are so hard to adjust to.
Right. Wala na siyang time to approach.
Yes.
Biglaan. An error, one hand set. Yes. Game is still on. Pero babawi dito si Eslapor. Ganda
Great
ng
bawi
timing.
coming
Yes.
from Eslapor. Just breaking down UE's blocks.
That's correct. Timeout is called right here. Second technical timeout. 16-8 UP on top.
Hi, I'm Jewel Encarnacion from the University of the Philippines, and this is my set 5. Isa sa mga favorite shows ko ay... Yan, kalimutan ko na ulit. Isa sa mga favorite shows ko ay Grey's Anatomy. Isama na din natin yung Good Doctor kasi para silang medical drama. I'm really into medicine kasi bala ko naman po mag-medicine after this volleyball career. Sobrang interesting po ng mga cases na nakikita ko doon na pwede mangyari sa hospital. Kaya sobrang talagang...
Sino nga ba yan nakikita nyo on screens? Of course, those are iconic volleyball players. You have Ces Molina, Riri Meneses, and Buding Duremdes. We all know that Ces Molina played for San Beda, Meneses for the Lady Tigresses, and Duremdes sa FEU. And nandito sila to support, of course, their college teams. And they also once played dito sa Shakey Super League in the previous tournaments. Again, Coach Chris, di makulangan naman ang tatawag dito ng timeout.
Tuloy mo lang, tuloy mo.
Huwag kang mag-alinlangan. Kailangan nga, magtiwala ka. Kasi kayo naman ibigay na setter mo eh. Ang problema, ayaw mo nga magtiwala. So hindi ka tumutuloy, nagdadalawang isip ka. Magtiwala ka. Pasa lang, diretso lang pasa. Dikit muna, dikit muna. Isa-isayin lang muna.
Tara, tara! Warrior!
From the previous timeout going to the next, UP got a score. But this time, Coach Chris di makulangan reminded his girls what?
Coach B heard in that last timeout that Coach Jumbo just reminded Navarro to trust in her setter na tuloy lang siya pagkapasok when it comes to her quick attacks.
Anong sabi niya? Wag mag-alinlangan. I just wanted to say that. Wag mag-alinlangan. Uncertainty is what we are seeing right here on the side of UE. Kaya naman, ito yung nangyari kanina sa UP, di ba? Very uncertain yung movement, yung first ball na nangyayari this time sa UE.
And I think what's really important is the chemistry between middle blockers and setters. Because they have faster and quicker plays.
Consecutive errors for Lady Warriors. No, it's an advantage for UP because they are getting the credit here. Easy points for them, but it's UE. It's an uphill climb for them for this second set. Short serve, pero nakita ni Lana. Block at the net. And this time, another rejection. But that time, Nieva hitting that towards the net.
A lot of attack errors piling up for the Lady Warriors in this set, giving 3 points to UP.
That's correct. You can see how improved the defense of UP this time, especially, reading those attacks and being able to block the hits of UE very well. A sharp serve right there. Lana, hindi na siya papayag pang makapotos ulit dito ang UP.
Of course, her squad is really expecting a lot from her today. And look how high she gets up and finds that zone 1 empty spot of UP.
Well, this is another steady performer for Coach Chris de Maculangan. Yeah, that is a good setup, I believe, but too low of a set para dito kaya Baldisanso in the middle. That is a point gain of Lady Warriors. Still down by 11. Bertolano rejected at the net.
Perfectly timed block coming from Navarro on that last play.
Together with Bangayan, and this block of the set is brought to you by Peri Peri Charcoal Chicken and Sauce Bar. Order now. 2 straight points for UE. Bertolano making sure that she will get a point from that attack. Too strong for Nieva to control. Eslapor serving for UP. He's on to Lana. Blocked. Bangayan, cross court. Eslapor was smiling when she dug that up. But UP cannot smile when they were shut down.
No coverage
play,
on that
yes.
last play. And credits to the UE blockers for being so on time on that last play.
Yeah,
And of course, their
yes.
block is just so established.
That's right. Eslapor, good first ball. Vergera, solo block right there, able to pull through. Lana was left open, or rather, that's Nieva. She was left open.
We see a better attacking UE team after that timeout from Coach Jumbo.
This time it's Coach Shaq called for timeout.
Maganda first ball para may combination play tayo. Okay? Sige lang, sige lang.
1 to 4, 1 to 4. Let's go. UP!
1 point at a time lang. Huwag magmamadali. Ha? Magmamadali.
As we heard in that last timeout called by Coach Shaq, it was actually a basic reminder na 1 point lang at a time and they only need 4 more points to close out this set.
That's correct. Well, he is still calm. They are
Yes.
giving instructions. But kahit malaki yung lamang nila dito, tumawag na siya ng timeout because UE is slowly building their momentum. And from that, Jan Lana had a service ace.
As I mentioned earlier, Jalana's services are also so hard to receive. It's filled with so much float and sobrang kargado na kargado yung mga services niya.
That's correct. And from that, napako na nga sa 21 itong UP. UE getting or having 6 points. Good block right there by Navarro, pero nandun pa rin si Bertolano. Cañete down the line. Vergere with a chance. Eslapor able to get to that ball, still was not able to save that one. Another point for UE, and this cool play of the set is brought to you by R&B Milk Tea. Order now. Lady Warriors continue to get more points. Encarnacion is back. Slide, drop in the middle, and that worked this time for Bandisanso. Lumalapit na nga dito ang Lady Warriors. And UP needs to alter their strategy somehow to avoid UE for closing the gap. Just over the blockers. Encarnacion, course court. Lana this time. Excellent rally, but that one was ended by Jewel Encarnacion.
Look at that wind up by Jewel Encarnacion. She can really get up, and she's also one of the taller open spikers we have for UP.
And that spike off the set is brought to you by Potato Corner, world's best flavored fries. Order now. Another timeout is being called right here.
Oh gosh. Ayaw mo hawakan eh. Ginagawa mo, ginaganon mo. Sinasabi ko sa'yo, hindi pwede pa ganyan ang block. Kailangan hawak. Sa harap. So kailangan nakaharap ka doon, hahawakan mo na lang para ilak. Oh, okay.
Ay, wala pa yan ah!
As we heard in that last timeout called by Coach Jumbo, he was just giving some blocking reminders to Navarro na mas hawakan pa niya yung bola. Hindi lang kasi pwede itapat-tapat eh. Like, especially with how aggressive UP's attacks are in this set.
That's correct. No, it's all about timing. Yes, and most coaches, they want yung hands, yung bare hands mo talaga yung magkakaroon ng contact sa bola, not only the arms. Humahabol, pero hindi na nakapag-adjust that time si Jewel Encarnacion. Well, that was a good run made by the two teams, by UP, taking control of that ball. 16 serving 23. UE trying to close the gap. And that is Navarro on the service area. Encarnacion again. This time just wiping off her attack through the blocker's hands. You can see right here.
Medyo late din si Pelaga, which is why she was able to get through those UE blocks.
Clearly violation, stepping committed by Bertolano. Sayang yung mga ganong
Yes, those are free
chances.
points.
And of course, our linesmen are focused and cautious of those easy, actually, errors being committed by our players. Encarnacion having another eye from the top of her head, just bringing that drop. And this time it was UP able to cap off this set 25-17. The team captain not only showing leadership, but also displaying bravery sa pagkuha ng kanyang mga atake. And again, she was able to contribute scores towards the end of his set. It's a one set apiece for UE and UP. Third set coming right up when Shakey Super League returns.
So, what team are you supporting?
UP Fighting Maroons!
Yan, baka meron kayong specific person or player na sinusuportahan sa Lady Maroons.
Siyempre, si Bessie Camilca! Let's go!
Grabe, full name pa talaga. Ayan, parinig naman kami ng isang cheer dyan.
Let's go, UP! Let's go! UP fight! Let's go, Camille!
Once again, our Shakey super fans of the game. Now back to the panel.
Thank you for that, Daphne. And the Shakey super fans of the game is brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and Mojos now. Set 2, kinuha yan, a very dominant UP for this part of the match. we also recognize some of their team members who able to present themselves for the second set for UP side. It's Vergere. Successful on her attacks at the opening. Pero hindi naman dito nagpahuli ang UE as we also saw, of course, sino ba yung mga nagpakilala dito sa side ng UE?
We saw some attacks coming again from Pelaga, Navarro, Bangayan, and of course, Jalana. And as we see in the second set, we have, of course, UE committing so many evident opponent errors, which is something they have to minimize from this third set if they wanna get this third set.
That's correct. And dito nga natin nakita that UP made, an adjustment on when it comes to their defense, of course, and offense. Na nabawi yon because it was UE able, to take the upper hand during the first set. But we'll see, we are actually here on our third, so this means lahat ng matitibay nilang players ang makikita natin on the floor. And this set is brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and Mojos now. Slide from Arce but was dug. Bangayan. Closed out right here by UE. Natakbo dito si Zeta. Good save by UE. Hey, tried to drop the ball. Camille just dropped the ball off. Bertolano being aggressive at the net.
And you can see how Ali Bertolano is just so composed, not doing anything so special, but she just happens to have great timing and to be able to put that ball away.
First point pa lamang po yun ng third set, ang haba na agad ng rally. So we can expect more of that for the remaining sets of these two squads. At this time, it's Jan Lana ang gagawa ng puntos dito para sa UE. And this spike off the set is brought to you by Potato Corner, world's best flavored fries. Order now. Good floater. Nana again still there. Nieva opted for a down the line, but that was just too wide. Eliza Bertolano has been a consistent scorer for the Lady Maroons. And that also, on the other side, that's Bangayan.
Bangayan has really been so efficient for her squad. And since she's a lefty, it's so hard to be able to time and block her hits.
No, she is really giving us a good show since yesterday, and also doing a damage when it comes to the offense. Arce taking control of her ball in that last play. And this time, UP is only leading by a point right here. Ethan Arce, solid when it comes to her defense. In their previous match, nag-a-adjust pa nga itong si Arce when it comes to her middle attacks. Cal.
Encarnacion has really been such a force at the net for her squad. You can see na she's also starting to vary her shots, hindi lang puro power. And when she gets a chance and sees that hindi naka-establish yung blockings ng UE, she really ensures to break down those walls.
And that also shows how mature Encarnacion is when it comes to playing on the floor. Dahil nga nakikitaan natin siya ng variety when it comes to her attacks. And she knows when to hit it hard, when to give up an off-speed hit. The same goes also for Bangayan. Excellent performance on their game yesterday. And this is Encarnacion again, pero this time sa gitna naman siya atake.
Yes, we see UP starting to throw out some combination plays. And as of what I mentioned just a while ago, Encarnacion variating her shots.
And that also shows how familiar Cal is to her spikers. This time, a slide ang ibibigay kay Celis. Off timing there, pero Babol, the libero of UP, was late in getting that ball. Both Coach Shaq and Coach Chris really diligent in giving instructions on the sidelines. Nieva, layo na niya sa net, made an adjustment, pero hindi siya nakagawa ng puntos.
We can see Jalana reminding her teammate Dara Nieva about her form. And I think medyo mababa yung siko niya on that last hit.
Didn't have time to approach. Low reach. Pero babawi kaya siya, but this time it's Pelaga from the middle. And Quezon also trying to spread out her setups to create plays for her teammates. Nieva this time with floater. Cal, this time denied again. Good defense by UE. But it was Jewel Encarnacion who really ended and gave a point right there for the Lady Maroons. And this cool play off the set is brought to you by R&B Milk Tea. Order now. Give her the tools and resources to break free of poverty and grow up fearless. Visit worldvision.org.ph now. And yes, you are watching the Shakey Super League. This is our third game on Sunday afternoon. UP Lady Maroons and UE Lady Warriors on your screens. One set apiece po tayo, and on our third set, this is Lady Maroons leading. Pero babawasan yan ni Jan Lana, getting a point from that powerful attack.
Just look how powerful she is. And of course, ginagamit niya rin yung mga kamay ng blockers ng UP which has been really effective for Jalana over the past few games we've seen.
That's correct. Also a vital contributor for UE. Service ace from Pelaga.
Wrong call coming from Altomea on that last play.
Pero akala mo talagang nakalkula ng maigi dito ni Pelaga yung serve na yun, because that
it looked like it was sailing out, but it's dropped right on that line.
Altomea making sure getting the first ball. Off the block. Lana able to get to that, and she will attack, but denied at the net. And again, it's Lana. Great defense being shown right here by UE, and the same for UP. Kita mo yung pagod ni Lana in that last rally, kasi nga hinabol niya yung bola earlier, tapos sa kanya pa binigay yung third ball.
And she's been really giving her all in this match. Especially knowing you don't have your key players like Casey Cepada.
Excellent dig right there, but There was a violation committed. You can see the reaction that time of Celis. Kasi ang ganda nung puto niya, tapat na tapat sa bola. Manghihinayang ka talaga pag ganun kaganda yung reception mo. But a point will be awarded to UE because of that error. And UE only needs to chase 2 points here. What kind of attack? How will you explain that hit from Bertolano?
Ang kulang ni Bertolano maglaro eh. It was like a no-look drop ball, which really fooled the defense of UE.
And that is a really cool play of the set, and this is brought to you by R&B Milk Tea. Order now. Well, I will agree to that. Nagugulangan na talaga tayo dito ni Bertolano. Solo block from Arce. Another at the net, but this
A net
time
violation called on UP. And that point will be awarded to UE.
and that is already twice mistake committed at the net by UP. Kaya naman ito ay very that point is awarded to UE. Arce was Babol, was Zeta was there.
Great save.
Wow. Excellent floor defense right there by the Lady Warriors. Buhay pa din ang bola. Zeta was there to dig the ball. Nieva, good coverage by Quezon. And from the back, longest rally so far. Great effort right there from these two squads. Puto ang sabi ni Encarnacion kay Bangayan. Nakahinga ka na ba doon, Kayla? And that rally was on the heart of UP Lady Maroons. As
That
you can
rally
see.
lasted so long, and props to the defense of both teams. And of course, they were both throwing really powerful attacks. Pero nasasalo din ng mga girls.
Yes.
Yung mga hard hits.
Yes,
coming
both
from
of them
teams.
actually good adjustments. Well read right there. And that was saved supposedly by Sotomel. Lifting violation was called against UP. Walang gustong bumitaw dito sa larong ito. And you can see the effort being displayed by UP and UE. Sharp serve. Oh, that was blocked by Ostrillo. This time, Bangayan will not be denied. Another point gained by the Lady Warriors.
We've been seeing Bangayan with those kinds of spikes since the beginning of the game, and she's so effective for her squad. Ang taas niya kasi din tumalon, and unat na unat talaga din siya sa bola.
Another error committed by Altomea this time. You can see the frustration on her face. You know, that is actually her main role as the defense specialist of the team. And she will be replaced here by Capistrano. We are now tied at 11. Cal to Bustrillo. And that will hit the line. Nakabawi agad dito ang Lady Maroons.
Bustillo has been a little quiet in terms of her production on the attacking department. But she's also one of their go-to players, and she was able to score a lot in their last match versus Perpetual.
That's correct. Bangayan again. Naunahan pa ni Cal si Bustrillo. No blockers, and Jewel Encarnacion took advantage of that in the last sequence. Ganda ng Nagip dito ni Cal.
Yeah, we have to credit Camille Cal for that last point. Because without her
Effort,
defending,
yes.
without that effort, Jewel and Encarnacion wouldn't have made that point.
Also, Jewel Encarnacion steady at the line. And ang ganda ng regalo, maagang regalo para kay Jewel Encarnacion.
She timed that just so perfectly. And I mean, I was given the chance to be able to go against Jewel when we were in high school, and she's been a standout ever since she was in De La Salle Zobel.
That's correct, but let me turn you over now to Daphne Cristobal for a report.
A while ago, I heard you guys talking about Captain Jewel Encarnacion. Blessing in disguise kung may tuturing ang kanyang volleyball journey. She decided to try out for volleyball in grade 4 since her mom would always watch games on TV whenever she got home from school. So in her mind, bakit hindi na lang ako yung mapanood ni mama sa TV? So that what if got her in the varsity team and slowly exposed her in a lot of tournaments. But the story doesn't stop there because she remembers the time where her coach grabbed her collar o kinwelyohan siya after not having a great game. She cried and almost gave up, but now, look at her, leading the Lady Maroons na may tapang at talino. Let's see more of her in this set, Sheila and Kayla.
Sayang yung height nila. Kailangan mo maximize.
Thank you for that report, Daphne. And yes, siya nga ang team captain din dito ng Lady Maroons. Consistent, stable, and also delivering the goods for Coach Shaq de los Santos. Ethan Arce serving for UP. But that just went long. Gusto ko yung background music natin dito every time a player gets a service, commits a service error. But I'm not really sure if you guys still, kung naabutan nyo yun, that's from a game, a video game. Yui slowly closing this gap down. Good save by Babol. But that's Seta, the other libero, and this time a drop. And Encarnacion continues to kill or get points for UP. Timeout ulit ang itatawag dito.
Last timeout called by Coach Jumbo de Maculangan. Just another basic reminder to tell his girls na kailangan maging matapang sila, to communicate better, and of course to remain calm because they're capable of so much. They just have to really go back to their system and play the way they really play and who they really are.
Gusto ko yung sinabi niya na kalmahan lang. If the way he delivered his reminder, di ba, very calming, and kung napapasa lang niya yun sa mga team, girls na sigurado ako, they will be effective being calm and but still having the presence of mind on the floor. But they were awarded by a point right there by an error of UP. One hand received by Nieva. And she is taken down right there. I'm talking about Lana. Solid defense at the net by the Lady Maroons. And this block of the set is brought to you by Peri Peri Charcoal Chicken and Sauce Bar. Order now. The team captain right here. Good defense. Pero too much power in that attack. Bustrillo cannot control. Villamores checking in, replacing Pelaga. 3 attackers and defenders at the net for UE. Encarnacion, it's time to Capistrano, Bertolano.
And we've seen so many hits coming from Ali Bertolano like that. Just like what we saw right now. And I think what's so special about her is her high leaping abilities. And she actually really reminds me of Dos Carlos, the way they move. And that's really, her wind-up is just so special.
Yung swing.
Yes,
Exactly.
exactly.
Full swing. Kaya kapag nag-approach siya, explosive, dagdagan mo pa nung swing. Kaya naman ganun kalakas yung contact niya sa bola.
And the power really comes from that swing.
That's correct. And you see that power again, but she was rejected this time. Free ball for UE. Lana! That's an error on the side of the Lady Warriors. 4 touches. It's Di Makulangan this time. Coming in, replacing Quezon. And Quezon, again, nagdala sa team niya kahapon on their game on Di Makulangan na was injured. Lana off the block. Cal to Arce. This work. Lana again. She was blocked at the net, but that ball went out. Immediate recovery for Di Makulangan as you can see her perform still on their game today. Great setup. And Ethan Arce really displaying this time powerful hits from the middle. And display of the set is brought to you by R&B Milky Order now.
That was such an emphatic kill coming from Ethan Arce. Really trusting that set. And you can see the chemistry between Camille Cal and Ethan Arce.
And that was a quick response by Navarro again. Di Makulangan very happy as they are able to execute and gain another point from that. Cal is being replaced by Sotomil. Serving 20, Jan Lana, their MVP of the match in their previous game. And gaining another point from that service ace. This time, Coach Shaq requested for timeout.
Focus muna tayo sa receive. Tapos gawa tayong combination play, Maya. Okay? Sige, go. Kailangan maging effective yung atake natin para hindi na sila maka-atake, ha? Diskarte. Iwas gigi lang. Depende lang paano, huwag puro diretso, ha? Okay, go, go, go. Pasa lang.
Yuki! Bye!
As we heard in that last timeout called by Coach Shaq, another reminder to ensure that his girls have more effective attacks. And of course, to variate attacks, wag lang puro diretso yung mga atake. Because of course, we see that UE is starting to be more aggressive with their blockings.
Absolutely. Ang ganda din ng depensa na pinapakita dito ng UE. That's why UP has also to be creative when it comes to their attacks. And just like that, Zeta able to put that ball up. Good recovery on the side of UE. Sotomil. It's time to Bustrillo. Well, that was just too long for Bangayan asking for check, but that is out.
That was also a mishit and coming from Bangayan, a rare attack error coming from her actually.
That's correct. And this time it's Bertolano again. She was shut down by the blockers. But that time, Nieva was able to create the gap in between the blockers of UP.
She found that spot in between the two blockers and went through that to enable to get that point.
That's correct. Wala rin sa position that time si Sotomil to cover that area.
Good intention coming from Ethan Arce to target that long ball spot of UE, but that was just too long.
Cal again is back on the floor. They will try to recover from their errors earlier, and UE just keeps on getting those points. Good dug up right there by Lana. Bangayan on top of the blockers. Bertolano setting this one up to Encarnacion. Good adjustment. Bertolano was a bit, not careful when it comes to just getting that attack. You can see here, it was almost out. Nakaangat din siya sa court.
That was a misread coming from Bertolano, but props also to Pelaga. She's one of their go-to players ever since.
That's correct. Capistrano this time ang makakabasa ng service, and that went out. UE making a good run in this set. Timeout is being called, 22 to 20 UE up on fast by 2.
Kapasa. Oh, lumapit na tayo. Patay. Naintindihan. So, anong gagawin nyo? Kailangan compose. Hindi kayo yung mamadaliin. Kasi pag minadali nyo yan, wala mangyayari. So, dahan-dahan lang. Sagain nyo muna. Sagain. Isa-isahin. Dikitan lang muna natin. Ha? Tao mo. Block. Okay? Okay. Go, go, go.
Warriors, go!
As we heard in that last timeout, coming from Coach Jumbo de Maquilangan, just reminding his girls na nakahabol na nga din sila. And all they need to do is just to ensure that they get one good pass, to take their time, and to just take it 1 point at a time.
I believe that is also the reminder of Coach Shaq Tagana at Shaq De Los Santos, because nakakahabol na nga dito ang UE. Kaya naman the reminder is to be steady, at the same time composed, as we are already at the latter part of our set. Speaking of composure, it's UP this time getting that point from that rally. Ethan Arce doing really well at the middle for UP. Cal. And Bostrillo, you've heard her make a noise right now. Ito ang magbibigay sa UP to a set point. Arce still serving for the Lady Maroons. Cargadong serve. Off speed this time. That was a huge hole on the court for UP. They are apparently anticipating a strong attack coming from Bangayan.
And a good read coming from Bangayan, seeing that medyo naka-atras nga yung depensa ng UP, which is why she opted for that drop ball hit instead.
Approach pa lang niya, nakababa na yung siko niya, so definitely that's an off-speed attack. Jewel and Encarnacion just really pulling the plug for the Lady Maroons. Leadership again being displayed right here by Encarnacion. And she has been a vital player for the UP Lady Maroons. We are now in our fourth set coming right up. UP having 2-1 of UP.
Hi, I'm Eliza D. Bertolano from University of the Philippines, and this is my set 5. One of my favorite volleyball players is Ethan Arce. I love the way she plays, she's funny, and a trustworthy person. Second is Jewel Encarnacion. I love the leadership she shows in our team. And the third one is Iya Laure. Gusto ko siya maglaro and paano niya dalhin yung team niya during UAAP. And the fourth one is Marian Sotomil. I love the way she trusts me inside the court. And the last one is Tots Carlos. She inspired me to play well. That's all. Hi, I'm Eliza D. Bertolano from University of the Philippines, and this is my set 5. One of my favorite...
And you are still watching the Shakey Super League, and our Faces of the Game is brought to you by Shakey's. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and Mojo's now. I'm pretty sure kilala nyo tong mga to. Diba? Madalas nyo na silang nakikita on the floor. Pero ngayon, fans muna sila. Super fans. In fact, third set. Now this was actually hot start for UP dahil nakuha nga nila yung lead umpisa pa lang. Pero UE making able to return slowly but surely for this part of the match. You can see Encarnacion really just taking her team to being successful when it comes to her attacks in the front and on the back. Plus, the setting skills that Cal able to exhibit together with Arce and Bustrillo. 25-21 is our count. UP only needs one set for this match, and looking at the numbers,
As we see in our set 3 statistics, UP leading in terms of their attacks, blockings, and of course UE taking that lead when it comes to their aces. But props to both teams for great floor defense and of course better net defense as well. As we saw in that set na sobrang haba din ng mga rallies that we were having, which was brought to us by the great defense from both teams.
Totally agree with you on that. We've seen a couple of excellent floor defense from our two squads in the third set. Dito na nga sila nag-iinit, and I'm pretty sure, they will be more ready in guarding the net and their floor, displaying explosive attacks for this part of the game. And this set is brought to you by Shakey's Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and Mojo's now. Sotomil for the serve. Lana with the drop. Eslapor, this time he's unable to pull that up. Cross court. Long rally so far, but that time it's UP taking the upper hand on their first point of the set.
Rare attack error coming from UE's captain, Jalana, but we've seen time and time again how great she really is and how efficient she has been for her squad.
Well, she was more evident when it comes to her deliveries yesterday. In that last frame, it's Navarro who was able to operate in that play.
She was so smart in seeing that naka-atras at nakaabang si Altomeo sa cross court or sa likod, which is why she opted for that drop ball hit.
Thank you, Nat. Service ace for Quezon.
A little help from the tip of the net.
That's very difficult, to read, especially when that ball hit the tape. And again, ang layo nga ng defenders dito ng UP. Bustrillo was open. Bangayan. She was shut down by the blockers of Lady Maroons.
Better read coming from Ethan Arce in terms of really guarding Bangayan in that last play. And she's been so efficient, which is why they really have to focus on making sure none of her hits get through that net.
Exactly. Eslapor, very happy. Why not? Puntos yan from service ace. This has been a tooth and nail match for these two squads. Kahit ilang beses na silang nagtapat in their previous tournament, but a lot of changes already happened. And that time, point gain by UE. Jan Lana. This is also a provider when it comes to offense. That time, Australia was blocked. Encarnacion, he's unable to read the drop. Encarnacion saving that one. Good read by Zeta. Again, denied. And that time, easy point for Bangayan. It's all about tactics.
And see what Bangayan is able to do. She's able to have, of course, her usual powerful hits. And, of course, these drop balls that really mess with the defense of her opponents.
That's correct. Well, if the Lady Maroons just communicate, you know, in that last play, they already expected na drop ang ibibigay dito ni Bangayan. But that one, this time, Encarnacion was denied. Good read by UP. Bustrillo ending that rally.
Navarro was a bit late to that block, which is why Bustrillo was able to get that hit through and score that point.
No, and again, same intensity of these two teams we've been seeing right now. Ethan Arce. This time, again, good defense. Lana, but she was dug. Bustrillo committing an error from that last setup.
That set was just too close to the net, and Bustrillo really tried her best to get that ball over, but that just hit the net.
You know what I noticed from these two teams? Parang sa umpisa nangangapa pa sila eh. They are not as aggressive. Diba? Kasi yung iba, when they get a point, they really get string of points. But this time, palitan sila exchanges we're seeing right here.
Yes, and medyo nakikisabay sila sa the tempo of how they both play.
Correct. Good combination play, pero mas maganda ang naging receive doon ni Jan Lana.
We have to give credit to Jan Lana for that great pickup with that powerful spike coming from Jewel Encarnacion. And we can see UP starting to drop more combination plays. But of course, the defense of UE just so good.
That's right. Well, it's the combination plays where you can utilize your attackers more and, of course, deceive the blockers, the defense of the other team. As Babel able to save that one. Missed opportunity again on the side of UP. Now you can see how similar their errors are. Ang ganda rin, may mga atake din ang UE na natatapatan dito ng UP. Pero ang nangyayari, they commit an error at the end. Slapo with a good first ball. Celis was rejected. Encarnacion just through the blockers. Cross-court attack that time, and it's Nieva who was a bit silent at the early part of this match.
Great attack coming from Dara Nieva, just targeting that sharp cross-court of UP, and Altomea not able to get to that ball right on time.
Good first ball. Bustrillo. Derecho sa net ang atake. And this time, it's UP who is on top as we head on to our first technical timeout, 8-5. Match of the day. That is the Lyceum University and San Sebastian College of Recoletos ang magtatapat after this match.
But going back to that timeout called by, the technical timeout we just had, we heard Coach Shaq reminding his players that the game is not over and there's no time to relax just because they won 2 sets. And of course, you can hear one of the players asking for someone to lead that team and for someone to take charge in that court.
That's correct. Well, actually, ito yung sakit normally ng mga teams, diba? Nagiging kampante sila after winning 2 sets. But we always have to remember that you don't win yet, as of yet. This time, off the block. And that was a good dig by Zeta. Block at the net, but that point will still be awarded to UE. And after that technical timeout, it's Coach Shaq again, requested for time.
Okay? Sige, receive muna tayo. Receive muna first ball.
Isa pa. Ayaw makalang. Pasok na. Bawi ako.
Ready yan.
Bawi tayo, ha?
Just breaking the momentum on the side of UP because after that first technical timeout, UE actually got another point, 2 points in fact. So mas lumalaki na ang kalamangan dito ng Lady Warriors.
Yes, I think that was a great timeout called by Coach Shaq. Just to, like what you mentioned, to break the momentum as we can see a more aggressive UE squad now.
And that time aggressiveness was not part of the act for Jewel Encarnacion, seeing only a blocker in front of her.
We see some more substitutions from Coach Shaq.
But this is the time that he needs Bertolano, of course, more than ever, to get points, create points for the Lady Maroons. Encarnacion clarifying who's the server.
Actually, props to Jewel Encarnacion for checking and to make sure before they get that rotation error. It is so important to check.
That's correct because they've been having a lot of substitutions already, and that would just add confusion. Rattled on their floor defense that time, and puntos ulit para sa UE. This time, this is Nieva. 11 serving 6. Cal. Eslapor. Swing. And she is successful with that attack.
Great attack coming from Eslapor. You can see that she's not the tallest of attackers, but she can really get up as well and have vision of where to hit that ball on the other side.
Yes, ang layo din niya sa blockers, ang layo niya sa bola. That time, Zanlana too close, but delivered perfectly for UE. There are times that the blockers of UP are not in sync when it comes to, really safeguarding the net. Ethan Arce.
Set was a little too low for the tall Ethan Arce.
Errors continue to pile up on the side of UP. UE enjoying that on the other end as they are up here big. 13 serving 7. No calls. Ball in play. Off speed. This time she was dug by Bangayan. Third time around. And still, block at the net. Pero putos ulit yan para sa Lady Warriors dahil pasok yung bola.
Good read coming from Darren Nieva. Really expecting that ball from Ali Bertolano.
Coach Shaq again wants to end that, calling for timeout.
Sila. Ngayon, dapat mas maganda yung ilalaro natin kasi kailangan matapos natin ito na maayos. Ha? So, recover lang. Malayo pa yan, malayo pa yan. Yung mga errors natin, hayaan na lang natin yun. Tapos na yun, okay? So, bawi lang tayo, bawi.
Let's go, let's go.
Receive mo na maganda, ha?
Wait. Gusto ko sa spikers, pagkuha nyo, ready agad kayo for attack. Sige. Back row, kailangan kayo, lalo pag
Maximize natin ang
Go!
mga spikers.
UP!
Okay, bawi lang.
That last time out from Coach Shaq again, just reminding his girls that they need to recover from
The errors.
the errors that they're showing and to just move on from them because the game's not yet, this set is not yet over until the score reaches 25.
That's right. But error after error.
And we've seen this for the third time and two coming from Pelaga serve. They really look like they're gonna be sailing out, but they dropped right on that line. Really reminds me of the serve of Nika Reyes. A simple standing serve but filled with so much float, which makes it so hard to read.
Nabadi mo
Kinda
ata,
just
yes.
listened.
Adjustments has to be made here on the side of Lady Maroons. Malayo-layo ang hahabulin nila dito. Good first ball from Nieva. But that time, too much angle with that hit. Still Bertolano on the serve. Service error.
Ali Bertolano struggling a bit on that service line with, I think, her throw and, of course, that timing to get that ball.
That's correct. We are on our second technical timeout. We'll be back. UE up here, 16 to 9. On Plus Network and Shakey's Facebook pages and YouTube channels, also on Shakey's TikTok account and branches nationwide. You can also watch next day broadcast on IBC 13 for free TV and Solar Sports for cable. And if you are taking pictures and capturing all the special moments here in Shakey Super League, don't forget to use the hashtag Shakey Super League and hashtag all to play. Back here on the game between UE and UP. Bertolano just placing that ball on that open spot on the floor of UE.
Another smart attack coming from Bertolano, which is an easy over free ball targeting zone 1 on that UE side.
Eslapor on deck for the serve for UP. Keys on, giving this one to Bangayan from the open. Bertolano. Babol to Lana. She was dug by Bertolano. Eslapor from the back. Cal to Encarnacion, and yes, she scores from down the line.
Another emphatic kill coming from Jewel Encarnacion, targeting that zone 1 area for UE. She can really get up.
Serving 16. The open hitter of Lady Maroons. Drop in the middle. Cal, iaangat para kay Encarnacion. Lana again, but Bertolano was there. Missed shot. Given up by Cal this time. Villamor is checking in, replacing Lana in front. But this time she will be serving for UE Lady Warriors. Leading here by 6. We are on our 4th set. Cal to Encarnacion off the block. He's on. Pangayan, rejected at the net. Cal! Again, another error from this setter of UP.
I think good intention coming from Cal, being more of an aggressive attacking setter. But that was just executed in a not right way.
That's correct. Kailangan niyang mag-regroup dito ng UP as they are committing error after error. Too high for Arce. Miscommunication here on the side of UP. Eslapor with a dig. Bertolano and Arce just making sure that ball will not cross over. UP finally getting a point. Baldesalso coming in, replacing Celis in front. Ethan Arce with the serve. A point gained by Lady Maroons.
A much needed point for the UP Lady Maroons if they want to start getting the momentum on their side this set.
Speaking of momentum, Coach Chris de Maculangan wanting to end that one, calling for timeout.
Pasa. Sabi ko sa inyo, yung simpleng error na ganyan. Yan na kayo, wala naman, pasok lang. O bakit naninigas ka?
As we heard in that last timeout called by Coach Jumbo de Maculangan, again, another just a simple basic reminder to tell his girls na they're becoming a little stiff and that they just have to relax a bit in order to play their usual game and be their usual selves.
Hindi sila dapat ma-pressure kasi malaki pa ang kalamangan nila dito, leading here by 5. Almost, really a miscommunication right there, clearly. Encarnacion able to put that over. Still, there was a violation at the net and UP winning that rally. This is the Maculangan already. Her services is being needed by Coach Chris de Maculangan. Ethan Arce still serving for UP, doing really well at the service area. Bertolano able to see that ball. Encarnacion responded. And that time, it's Nieva taking control of the ball. Able to get another point. A bit of hesitation when it comes to the floor defense of UP.
Dara Nieva just too powerful in that last hit. And she is really coming alive in this set actually.
Nawawala na naman dito ang depensa, floor defense ng UP. Seem to be side out pero kinuha to ng UP pero binawi naman ni Encarnacion with that good adjustment for Lady Maroons.
And because of dual Encarnacion's high leaping abilities, she's able to vary her attack, make last-minute decisions as well when she's about to hit that ball.
She is not only looking at the ball, she is also looking at her blockers para malaman niya kung saan ba niya papupuntahin yung bola. Free ball for UP. Miscommunication on the play. Cal able to dig the ball. Pangayan again. Capistrano to Bertolano. She is rejected at the net. Encarnacion, mataas ang drop. Capistrano. Cal to Encarnacion. Too wide of an attack, and that point is awarded to UE. They are now leading by 5 here in our 4th set. Too much angle coming from Encarnacion. They cannot build momentum as they keep on committing those kind of errors. But that time, it's UP committing a service error, cutting the lead to only 4. Encarnacion performing excellently in the earlier part of this match. And Nieva, too strong of an attack, cannot find the line.
Good intention though coming from Dara Nieva, seeing that nakapasok yung defense ng UP, which is why she targeted that end line, but that was just a bit too wide for her.
Babble to a first ball again to Nieva, this time down the line, and that worked for the Lady Warriors. Palitan ulit ng tao dito. The team captain is already on the floor replacing Villamor. Naghahabol pa rin dito ang UP, UE able to sustain their rhythm. Eslapor. Drop pero pumunto siya in that attack. Powerful frontliners for UP. Good first ball by Babol. Lana, Padisanso is there. Cal cannot make it to the ball to get the second and set it up. Advantage nandito sa Lady Warriors getting another point. Up here by 4, 22 serving 18. This is Leah Pelaga serving for UE. Cal. Bertolano. Solitary block by the team captain, Jan Lana.
Great block coming from Jan Lana. And that was a single block. And of course, the confidence you'll get from being able to block Ali Bertolano. Payong na payong talaga siya on that last play. She was at the right place at the right time.
And no coverage on the side of UP. Nakita mo kung paano nag-celebrate that time si Jan Lana. Good timing as well. Taas ng setup dito kay Arce. Di makulangan to Lana again. But that ball is in. Capistrano. It has been very difficult for Cal to set up the ball and make plays. Kanina pa, that I believe is the third or fourth time she committed an error. And she is really playing a vital role here as the playmaker and driver for UP. UE is already at set point. Yes, Labor with a cross-court attack.
UP has to play perfect volleyball from here on out in order to stop a fifth set.
Nakaka-pressure naman yung perfect volleyball, Kayla. But we'll see how they will react to this. Good defense by Cal again, second time around. And Cal, this time, bumabawi naman siya sa depensa. UE calling for timeout. Tingnan natin.
Bati mo yun ang pass. Dikit na yun. Ganito. Sige. Lamang tayo. So, kailangan natin one good pass. Hindi ka. Kaya mo ng press?
Apo.
Sige. Pasok ka ng B. B-tres mo, B-tres mo. Pag may pasa, pag wala, B pa rin, tapos doon. Oh, go.
As we heard in that last timeout called by Coach Jumbo de Maculangan, he was just mentioning to his girls that they just need one good pass. And of course, we heard them setting up a play for Jalana as she's proven to be the most efficient spiker on their squad today.
And that is an efficient receive, enabling the Maculangan to create a good play. And UE able to wrap up the fourth set. We are now tied at 2 apiece. As you can see, this last play, medyo nag-aalangan pa that time yung palo dito ni Balingit. But that was a good one for UE. We are going to our 5th and final set of this match. And who would have thought that we are going to the 5th set, and that this just gives justice to our game story for today. Both of your teams really trying to get another point. Kahit nagaling sila pareho sa panalo, they want to stay in this tournament. As we take a look at what transpired in the 4th set.
In set 4, we can see such valiant efforts coming from both teams in terms of net defense and floor defense. But of course, UE really prevailed with UP having a lot of unforced errors. And of course, Jalana really taking the lead in that last set.
That's correct. And also, that's what we witnessed on the side of UP. It was Jewel Encarnacion, the team captain. So team captain going up against a team captain. Leadership as well skills ang pinapakita dito ni Jewel at ni Jan Lana. When we look at the numbers, 10 attacks to UE, only to 8. Mas marami din dito nga errors ang UP.
Yes, we can see na dikitan talaga ang ating set 4. But if UP is actually it all boils down to who can minimize their errors, and for sure that team will be able to capture this win today.
Yes, and for that, pasa muna natin kay Daphne Cristobal for a report.
Sheila and Kayla, yesterday's MVP of the match, Jalana, is finally enjoying her performance. In her past 2 games, she has been silent because she feels bothered of her right knee. There are times where it's hurting, but she still wants to contribute to the team. According to Ja, every game she plays for her teammates, who is her source of motivation. Now back to the panel.
Thank you for that, Daphne. And itong knee injury na to ni Lana, well, she had that actually in the previous UAAP season pa. Pero she was able to complete that season at nakalaro pa siya. Actually, kaya naman, I'd like to commend this team captain, for actually taking on that challenge, and still, kahit mayroon siyang iniinda, she can deliver the goods for her team.
And of course, it's not obvious that she's feeling any pain looking at her stats and her performance today.
But that is what is expected from Jan Lana. And so far, UP also had their spotlights coming from their team captain. And this set is brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and Mojo's now. Huling set na nga ito for this 2 teams. This is only race to 15. And you've mentioned it, less errors, more points. Cal wants to redeem herself, of course, from the errors she committed earlier. And she will begin the set. Good first ball. He's on to Lana. Down the line. Hot start for UE Lady Warriors. Their defense was steady at first for UE. Capestran with a good first ball. Arce was blocked. Coverage was there. Cross court. He's on. Ibibigay kay Lana. And again, she scores.
Jalana on fire in this 5th set. Really heating up early for her squad.
Yung 2 puntos ng UE galing yan dito kay Jan Lana. This time, let's see. Bertolano. And that is just too close to the net for Bangayan. You can see that is just the first point of UP as Jewel Encarnacion will be serving for the Lady Maroons. First service error by Jewel.
And in every 5th set of every match, it is every point is so important. And of course, dito na lumalabas kung sino mas matapang and who team wants it more.
That's right. Team captain again. Lucky break, but that was saved. Cal reading that excellently. Too wide of an attack for Nieva. Bustrillo, Bertolano, and Baldizanzo in front for UP. Nieva, Navarro, and Bangayan this time for Lady Warriors. Off speed. Good pancake save by Encarnacion. Bertolano was dug by the Lana. Asking for check. No call from our officials. And that is another point earned by UP. We are now tied at 3 apiece. No, Ethan Arce also steady this time. You can see how her numbers improve comparing it from the first game. Good floater. Bertolano able to dig that up. Bustrillo going straight to Quizon, but that was just too much power from that kill.
Bustrillo really so efficient on that opposite end for UP.
That's correct, and this spike of the set is brought to you by Potato Corner, world's best flavored fries. Order now. They've had that kind of, attacks. Maganda rin yung pagka-setup. Kargadong serve ang ibibigay that time ni Arcelana from the back. She was dug. Bertolano denied. The lack of communication on defense right there for UP. Bustrillo able to put that up. Good defense. Arce. Wala talagang nag-uusap sa kanila. Lahat nagtitinginan, but they were able to save the ball. Good block at the net. Ganda ng rally dito. Bustrillo, di makulangan. First ball. Bertolano. Good rally. And finally, Bangayan, seeing that hole on the defense of UP. UP scrambling on the floor, during that rally. Kahit papano nagagawa pa nilang maisalba yung bola. Pero in that last setup, it's just Bangayan really knows where and how to hit the ball.
Yes, and really props to the floor defense of both squads. We've seen that earlier since the first set. The quality of volleyball we're actually seeing in this match.
There was a check as officials saw that. And I think it was this player of UE, Navarro, able to check, I believe. Nakita niya yung reaction as she is being replaced by the libero. Bustrillo right here. Bertolano, too wide.
Good intention though coming from Ali Bertolano. Trying to target zone 1 of UE, but that was just a little too wide for her.
You can see from the body language of UP, alam mo, hindi sila ganon ka-stable, ganon ka-composed compared to UE.
Yes, I think they just have to communicate more. You can see na wala talagang nag-uusap on that side.
But still, Cal, talagang solid when it comes to her defense. That's what you like about these players. Actually, not only from UP, but also from UE. Kung hindi man sila nakakapuntos on their offense, they try to get points from other departments like defense, of course, and services. Bustrillo, well, she smiled after, not getting that ball.
A good read coming from Bustrillo's end.
Siguro sabi niya, buti na lang nakita ko yon.
That was a free point as well. Free point coming off an attack error.
Lana with a good first ball. Nieva Bertolano able to put that up. That is Encarnacion again. Using her left, didn't work. And that time, Nieva with conviction in that hit. Blockers of UP was not able to control that attack. Hindi nga nabasa yun dito ni Capestrano. And that time, Nieva from a point, but she gave away one to UP.
Actually, we're seeing a lot of crucial service errors, and no team can afford that right now as we're in the 5th set, and every point really counts as it's only a race to 15.
That's correct. But so far, UP going on the lead here as they continue, to build their momentum on this part of the tournament and getting, the first top 2 spots from their pool. It's the Lady Altas here having the same actually standing with UE. Kaya naman importante din itong laro na to for both of our teams. Lana, nabasa yan ni Bertolano. Encarnacion opting for a down the line hit, but that just went out. It's a give and take situations from these two squads, as UE is only down by a point. Encarnacion, first ball, third ball.
Nakabawi din si Jewel Encarnacion on that last play.
Sinetap lang niya yun sa sarili niya eh. And you got to give credit to Cal as well sa laki ng tiwala niya to Jewel. Three blockers in front for UP. Capistrano reading that well. Jewel, this time, that down the line is successful for UP.
And as we can see, pumo-porsyento na si Camille Cal and giving it to Jewel Encarnacion, seeing that she's really racking up some points for her squad.
That's correct. Timeout is being requested right here. Let's listen in.
Nakapako lang ako. Hindi pwede nakapako. Hakbang, di ba nag-off-speed na? Kita mo, saan ang strong side niya? Doon dito nakaharap sa cross. O yun dito, di ba slow na yon? O di dapat gagalaw tayo. Kukunin natin yung bola. Kasi nakapako na. Lumuhod na lang. Hindi mo talaga abutan yan. Pasahan mo muna. One pass. One pass. Go, go, go.
As we heard in that timeout called by Coach Jumbo Di Maculangan, just reminding his girls again about their defense pattern and of course where to position themselves when their opponents are going to make an attack. Because usually wherever the attacker faces, that's the stronger side.
That's correct. And that time, excellent timing on defense between Bustrillo and Arce tandem. Ang ganda nung contact ni Lana sa bola. But it was a better, safeguarding that net. Cal still serving for UP. But that time, it's Navarro doing the damage on UP's defense.
And props to Navarro for really stepping up in this set. You can even see it in her facial expressions how much she really wants this win.
Also, it's a confidence booster as well. To your teams kung ganun kaganda yung palo na nagawa mo. Jewel!
From precision from Bustrillo. A little reckless on that last play, but siguro napapressure na rin siya with this young UP team.
UP this time was the one who called the timeout.
Pagka mag-over, lang tayo, ha? Sige lang. Okay na, one good pass ulit, gawa ka ulit ng break. Ha?
Apat na lang tayo, guys.
Running press mo, tas dulo. Ngayon, ha? Ngayon, okay, pag may pasa, ha? Pag wala, dulo-dulo, ta kami back row. Okay, yun lang, ha? As discard, kailangan matali ng pag-atake. Hindi pwede palo lang ng palo. Tara na! Ha?
Hey, UP! Hey!
Discard na.
As we heard in that last timeout called by Coach Shak, he just reiterated for that one good pass in order to create a good play. And if medyo shaky yung pasa, of course they have to rely on their wing attackers. And hindi lang po pwedeng papalo lang yung mga attackers. They also have to choose a smarter option when they make decisions on terms of their attacks.
What an
And
attack!
just on
Yes, coming this time from Bustrillo. You will love how versatile these attackers of UP. This time, Bustrillo is, normally hitting from the opposite, but that time she's in the open. That good first ball for UE. And Capistrano, bantay ang atake na yon. Bertolano with an off-speed. Babol, too late to get to that ball.
And you can see the girls really adapting to what Coach Shaq just mentioned earlier. They're starting to variate their shots.
Another timeout this time called by Coach Chris de Maculangan.
Pasahan nyo lang. Lagain pa natin. Pasa lang muna ulit. Sige pa. Kasi yung palo mo. Nag-aalangan ka. Sige, paluhin mo.
Sige yun.
Ngayon,
Sige mo lang.
pasahan nyo lang. Pagka sa inyo na inangat ang bola, sige, palo. Tiwala tayo sa cover. Okay? Hindi pa tapos yan.
As we heard in that last timeout again called by Coach Jumbo Di Maculangan, just telling his girls na kailangan nila magtiyaga. And of course, one good pass is needed. And of course, a reminder to their attackers to just hit that ball. Tiwala lang sa cover na their teammates are just there to cover them in case they get blocked.
So that's words of encouragement and also emphasizing how important they need to play their role inside the court. Good timeout called right there as UE earned a point. But still, UP here only needs two. Good defense for the side of UE. And Coach Chris still calm after that timeout. Bustrillo with a hammer on the floor. It's Bustrillo's time at this part of the match. Performing really excellently when it comes to her offense. In any part of the court, 3 open o 4 man yan. Match point for UP. Neva still not giving up right here as UE creates a play. And with that error, miscommunication on the side of UE, giving the win to the UP Lady Maroons, putting an end to this 5 long sets that we've had. Let's take a look at this last setup. Missed opportunity on the side of the Lady Warriors, which was an advantage for Luby. And you can see the numbers right here. It's 15-10, the score of our last set. We'll take you through our game when Shakey Super League returns. We've seen a lot of stars in this match, but there's There's only one player ang talagang ma-acknowledge natin dito, and our MVP of the match is brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and Mojo's now. Sino nga ba ang ating MVP of the match? Kasama yan ang ating courtside reporter, Daphne Cristobal. And you can see why she is our MVP because of her superb performance for this game.
And Jewel Encarnacion was able to really set an example for her teammates, and of course, it was a force for UP's offense, frontline or backline as well.
That's right. Pasa nga natin ulit kay Daphne. She is with our MVP of the match.
We have here our MVP of the match, Jewel Encarnacion. Congrats, Jewel. So it was a long and tight match. So how were you able to handle the pressure?
Kailangan lang po talaga namin isipin yung pinaghandaan, kung paano kami naghanda. Balik lang kami sa magandang pasa, sa magandang set, magandang play, atake at coverage. Yun lang naman, kung ano po yung pinag-eensayuhan namin, kailangan namin talaga i-apply. Pagka nagkaka-error, kailangan shake it off lang, tapos restart, tapos atake ulit. Yun lang po.
So, very helpful talaga yung shinare mo. Pero ano yung mga specific lessons or realizations mo after this game na magiging helpful sa next match nyo?
We have to start strong po talaga. Hindi po maganda yung sa simula ng game, napakadami po naming errors. Kasi in the long run, costly po talaga siya. So, kailangan namin ingatan yon dahil sa pagtagal ng game, paglakasin po ng mga kalaban. Ayun po.
Ayun, baka naman may gusto kang batiin or i-greet yung families or friends mo.
Binabati ko yung buong UP community. Maraming salamat po sa inyong suporta sa amin, sa coaches, sa teammates, sa family and friends. Maraming salamat po sa pagpunta nyo at pagsuporta. Napakalaking tulong po nun sa amin. Thank you!
Once again, congratulations, Jewel. So, pa-pizza ka naman. So, you will be receiving Shakey's gift certificates, supercar discounts, and some freebies. Once again, our MVP of the match, Jewel Encarnacion. Back to the panel.
Thank you, Daphne. Congratulations to Jewel Encarnacion, the team captain of the UP Lady Maroons. Pero pagbalikan natin ang mga nangyari dito ang sa game na to. You know, these two squads meant business. Pagtapak pa lang nila sa floor. And on our first set, UE really taking control of that part. UP, again, miscommunication, errors on the defense department ang kanilang ginawa dito. Kaya naman nakuha nitong UE ang first set. There was a contribution from Bangayan, Lana, and Nieva. Pagdating naman sa second set, we actually recognized a new UP Lady Maroon, and that is Vergere making her own mark on this part of the game as she created scores together that time with as well. You can see here Encarnacion, again, our MVP, and Eliza Bertolano. They are able to get their rhythm at the beginning and able to maintain that towards the end of that set. Third set naman, pag-uusapan natin. Hot start again, that time for these two squads. But, you know, it was, again, team effort ang makikita natin from both ends. Bangayan, being consistent on her defense. It was Arce this time. I have to say she has improved so much compared to her performance in her previous game. Jewel Encarnacion steady pa din, but this part of the game. Fourth set that time, bumalik dito. Syempre, ang energy ng UE. It was Jan Lana taking control and leading her team towards the successful points na nakukuha nila. Nieva, again, parang hindi galing dito sa injury. She has been consistent so far in their previous match and to this game. But towards the last set of this game, you know, Jan Lana, ang ganda din ng simula. It was really successful for them together with Nieva. But Jewel Encarnacion rising and stepping up for her teammates this time. But it was Bustrillo committing and really gaining points from the last part of this set. You can see our tally, 21-25, 25-17, 25-21, 20-25, 15-10. Pagdating sa ating fifth set, and our numbers for this match.
And we can see for the attacking department of both teams, hindi talaga nagkakalayo yung mga stats natin. For blocks, of course, UP up by 3 points. Aces, talagang lamang na lamang ang UE with 11 and only 2 for UP. And of course, UE having more errors on their end with 42 errors and UP only having 30.
Yes, we have to commend both squads, UP and UE, for making every possible effort and of course, went to great lengths in really exhibiting their skills and talents for this game. UE Lady Warriors displayed bravery pero hindi nga sumuko dito ang mga iska, ang UP Lady Maroons. And for our next match, this is San Sebastian College of Recoletos going up against the Lyceum of the Philippines University. 2 NCAA teams ang magtatapat for our 4th match. And with my partner, Kayla, of course, Reyes, together with our courtside reporter, Daphne Cristobal. This is Sheila Salaysay. And stay tuned. We'll be giving you one last game for the Shakey Super League.
Stop number 24. Once again, sub number 24. Going once. Going twice. Okay, next. Here we go, the raffle stop number 72. It's now start of the 10 minutes pre-game ball warm-up. Next number is number 83.